Hey all, here are OS Reviews. Some of you guys may recall that a while back we checked out a pair of TWS wireless buds called the EOZ Arc, and they had a very stylish appearance with this hook that was chrome etched and quite beautiful to look at. Continuing with this trend of making design-focused audio products, today we're taking a look at their newest headphone, which is called the EOZ Arc. This time around though, it's a larger full-sized over-ear pair of headphones, but also come with Bluetooth 5.0, Qualcomm APTX support, as well as active noise cancellation built on in. For something that has a pretty distinctive premium look though, it has a fair price, I'd say, selling for under $140, so definitely not as expensive as, say, the Apple AirPod Max. Headphones themselves come with 40mm drivers and stainless steel frame, along with protein leather for the cups, and also comes in two colors. There's a silver and brown, as well as kind of a black edition. They will last for around 24 hours on a full charge in regular Bluetooth listening mode, and if you have ANC turned on or active noise cancellation, that number will drop a little closer to 20 hours. The box here is quite simple, and it is extremely lightweight as far as first impressions are concerned. We have a carrying pouch which is included, some stickers, as well as a quick user guide, as well as a auxiliary cable if you want to use these as wired 3.5mm headphones. They can also be transformed, and has a standard headphone jack, which is great, unlike some other headphones which are even missing those these days. And there's also a charging cable which is using the latest USB Type-C. Finally, we have just the headphones themselves, and that is pretty much it. Immediately, we are greeted to a very stylish appearance. The headband is on the slimmer side, and that's probably part of the reason why the frame is so lightweight, but overall still feels extremely solid. Of course, we can adjust the band here depending on the size of your head, so this can be easily adjusted. However, these headphones can't be folded inwards or flat, so this is basically the one angle that they can be positioned at, which is one thing to keep in mind, but otherwise feels quite solid. And then on the other side, we have just their company logo. Along the bottom section is where we have all of the ports, including the Type-C for charging, and also in the middle here, the power key, and you can also tap and hold for a few seconds to enter the pairing mode. After you're connected, you can also tap once to play and pause your music, along with standard volume keys for volume higher and lower. These are all pretty tactile and responsive. On the other side, there's a dedicated switch turning on the active noise cancellation, and there's also the auxiliary 3.5mm jack. One thing I will point out here is the ANC mode can only be activated when the Bluetooth part is turned on, which means you can't use ANC and just rest or sleep, for example, and similarly you can't just turn on ANC and use them as wired headphones, which is a minor quirk. Aside from that though, again, the overall design is very well built. We have the super soft and luxurious memory foam pads, which are just extremely comfortable. Your ears basically rest inside here, so it doesn't apply much force at all when you're wearing them. In fact, it's one of the most lightweight and comfortable full-size headphones I've tried, and adds almost no pressure even when I was wearing these for, say, 20 hours at the same time. One thing I will say though is the headband part. Again, the cushion for this part is a little bit on the shallow side. However, since these are still very lightweight, surprisingly, overall, again, it still didn't add too much stress or weight to the wearing experience. Now, when I mentioned full-sized pair of headphones, we can really compare them with something like the Liner NC80s, which are on-ear style headphones, so they basically will apply a bit more pressure difference for the cup size. So obviously this is going to be just more comfortable, as well as passively isolating noise as well, although for transportation it takes up a little bit more space. Moving into audio quality and performance, I have to say that the sound here is very detailed and super clean. It really emphasizes mids and trebles in particular, I'd say, so if you do like listening to acoustic tracks, anything with vocals and instrumental, you'll find these to be super enjoyable. Bass is also present, but it isn't really going to be earth-shattering, perhaps contrary to the super large size of the drivers that you're seeing here. So if you're a bass head, then that might be something to keep in mind. However, again, if you prefer mids and trebles, this will fit the bill perfectly. One other observation is the active noise cancellation switch also impacts the sound signature of the music, which is a little bit surprising, but when you have the switch turned on, it's almost like activating a boost mode, where it kind of kicks up the bass by a notch, whereas previously it might sound slightly more neutral and flat. After you kick up the ANC function, basically it becomes a lot more three-dimensional and lively, and that's actually the mode that I prefer in terms of the sound. Of course, in the ideal world, we have the same sound signature regardless of if the ANC was on or not, but overall it is what it is. Although one downside is if you prefer, again, that punchier sound, it does mean that you have to consume more power since the ANC will be on, but it's still worthwhile, I think, because they can definitely add a bit more of oomph to the music overall. In terms of other qualities, the active noise cancellation does make a difference. It may not be an industry leader in this area, such as compared to a much more expensive pair of Bose Quiet Comfort headphones, but it does the job and can definitely reduce any fan noises and engine sounds from cars or other transportation vehicles, making it a lot easier to just rest or listen to the music. And overall, it does work well for low frequency sounds. In terms of other qualities of the connectivity, it was also super strong. I was able to watch videos, and the video and audio were synced together perfectly, no problems at all, without any disconnections. Perhaps for gaming, you might notice a bit more of latency, but it still is an enjoyable experience pretty much for anything that you would want to do with them. So that's more or less it as far as our hands-on review of the EOZ Arc. Again, a very striking look. The Arc probably is named after its headband because it's almost uniform in shape and has just a super striking profile when you're looking at it. It definitely seems like a design that is more expensive than the price would imply, along with overall effective ANC combines to a attractive package, I think, that won't break the bank if you're looking for a larger over-ear style pair of headphones to use every day. You can check out more details if you're interested in the links down below, but for now that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the EOZ Arc.